This is Computer Science, Paper 2, October-November 2022. Question 1. An algorithm includes a number of complex calculations. A programmer is writing a program to implement the algorithm and decides to use library routine to provide part of the solution. Library routine, like for example the random, like libraries related to the date and the time, etc. They are models ready to use by programmer. State 3 possible benefits of using library routine in the development of the program. The main advantage of using library routine is that they are reliable. Means that they are already implemented and tested, and we are sure that they are free from errors. The second advantage is that they simplify the code. Because many instructions are encapsulated in one module, and we don't really care about the complexity of the library routine that we call. Another advantage is that they can speed up the development process. So these are the advantages of using library routine in our code. Here we have a pseudocode with some variables, name1, name2, name3 as string, mark1, mark2, mark3 as integers, and then we will input 6 values and assign them to these variables. The pseudocode needs to be changed, allow for data to be stored for up to 30 students. In this case, we have 3 students, so we have 6 input. For 30 students, we will have 60 input, which is too much, which is not acceptable. So in this case, it is good to use arrays to store the data. So it will be easy to process in general. It will also be easy to design. We will have only one identifier. We will deal with only one identifier, which is the table name, for example students, which is a table. And then if we want to access to any element, for example if we want to access to this element, we can call it student 1, 2, 3, we can call it student 3. It is easier to process and to access data. The following pseudocode statement includes array references: output, student, name count, scored, mark count. Here we need to identify which text is a string and which one is variable. Okay, this is string, this is also string, so, and this is a variable, and this is a variable. The question is, state the purpose of the variable count and give its data type. Count here is like this 3, refers to the index in the table. So the purpose it gives the index of the array name or the array mark. They are both using the same index. The data type of the index should be always integer. Then the pseudocode statement in the following table may contain errors. Okay. State the error in each case, or write no error if the statement contains no error. Assume that any variables used are of the correct type for the given function. Okay, so let's start with the first one. If empty, if nothing is assigned to empty, the error here is that in the if then statement here should be Boolean. This is the condition. So the condition must be either true or false. So the expression here between the if and then should be something that give us true or false. This expression doesn't give us true or false. It simply it's an assignment statement. Assign the empty string to assign the nothing here to a variable empty. The assignment cannot be between if and then. Between if and then we should put something that give us true or false because it is a condition. Something should be Boolean. So we cannot use this symbol. We can say condition must be Boolean. The second one states is num 23 negative 23.4. Here is num. If we don't know, of course, what is num, we can refer to the insert, and the insert we can see a description of the is num function, and in the insert you will find that the parameter of is num function must be a string. Parameter should be string as mentioned in the insert. وتلقاو زادا في الانسert شنو تعمل ال is num exactly. يعني if we add this here it will be string and it will be correct, but it is not the case here, so it is wrong. Here string to number in the insert also you can see that the function string to number converts a string to a number. So if we give this string to this function, it will return 37 as integer. Then 37 plus 5, it will be 42. So everything is correct, no error here. The last one, the same function string to number, this must be a string كما قلنا, but it is not the case. We cannot add two strings together. We can't add two strings using the operator plus, but we can instead concatenate two strings together using the symbol, this symbol, which is not the case, so it is wrong. We can say that the operator is wrong operator. Question 2. A system is being developed to help manage a car hire business. A customer may hire a car for a number of days. An abstract model needs to be produced. Explain the process of abstraction and state 4 items of data that should be stored each time a car is hired. So here we have a whole system. We will model the system, but we don't need to design to model everything. So that's why we will use abstraction. Abstraction is hiding complexity and keep only information that we need. Information we need to model our program. Many information in this system that we don't need in our particular purpose. Then they say state 4 items of data that we will need. We will need the car details. We will need the customer details. We will need the start date. We will need the return date. We don't need many other information we will not put here, and this is what is meant by abstraction. Then we will identify 2 operations that would be required to process the car hire data. What operation? Many operations, of course, we can put. We can input data related to a customer or to the car, and we can also process data, process the payment details. Question 3. When the array data of type integer contains 200 elements. Each element has a unique value. An algorithm is required to search for the largest value and output it. Describe the steps that the algorithm should perform. Do not include pseudocode statements. So we will describe the solution. Let's understand the problem first. We have 1D array, 200 elements, 200 index 200. This is the first. This is the index. Inside this array there are 200 unique different values. Let's say 6, 7, 1, 3, 2, 9, etc. And we will search for the largest value. So we need to browse all the cells from the first one to the last one with no exception. حتى نوصل للآخرة. Here we will use a for loop to iterate 200 elements. This is something that we will do for sure. Something else we will do, we will compare in each value, we will compare it with the maximum. So we will need to declare a variable. نجم نسميه max, for example. Declare a variable max and let's at the beginning consider that the first one is the max, the 6 is the max. So we will assign the first item of the array to max. So before we start, we will do these two things. Consider that the first one is the max, then we will compare it with the second one. If the second one is greater than the first one, we will change the max to the second one, and we will continue until we finish. So this will be inside the for loop. We will compare the array items with max. If the current item is greater than max, then assign it to max, or we can say update max. This is what we will do with each element in the array until we finish. وقت اللي نكملوا ونوصلوا لهنا we will be sure that the max contains the the highest value, the largest value. Still only one thing, قالك and output it. So we will output max, and this is a description of the algorithm without pseudocode statements.